Wonderful Jake UC. So if you come on down, Jake.
That's mine. Well, and I think.
Hello.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Hello. Rather phallic. Hi, guys.
So here's the award, and you're the third recipient, and we always have your image
Holy shit.
etched into it. It's your doppelganger.
Wow. Thank you so much. Wow, I'm really honored. That's really something special. Wow. In 30 years of doing this is the first award that I've ever gotten for anything. So.
Oh wow.
But also, because this is a big thing for me, so bringing them together, Boobs and Blood and Hollywood Horrorfest. We thought we have to give Jake as well one of these wonderful Boobs and Blood medals.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, it's like a double award.
That's fantastic.
Give him the mic, Miles.
Well, thank you.
Miles, you have the live mic. Damn.
No,
I think the battery died.
Oh,
on
there you
this
go.
guy. Okay, this is much better with a good battery. Wow, I'm really honored and thank you. It's awesome, and yeah, this is a crazy movie, isn't it? I've done a lot of movies. This one definitely was a challenge, and there was a lot of emotion on this movie. It was I think you're talking about genres. I think I experienced just about every emotion you could doing this movie. Some of the stuff was so outlandish that it was hard to get into the mindset of doing it. And then I would remember, like, oh yeah, wait, this really happened, and that was a trip. So it kind of made it easier to get over the hump on that. There was some stuff, boy, in that trailer. There was, I don't want to recant everything. It was great, but thank you so much, and I'm really, it's, to me, it's very special, the fact that I'm sorry about your loss with the breast cancer, and everything that you're doing, and this means a lot to me. My daughter's mother, in 2018, she came down with breast cancer, and it was like the most radical type. And so, leading up to this film, I spent 2 years, with her in and out of the hospital, double mastectomy, and chemo and radiation, and all that stuff. So I'm glad that you're fighting the fight, because it's not an easy one. And
It's you guys and doing things like this.
Like acting, everything we do. That's so.
Your batteries.
Everything we do collectively as creative people and even as an audience. I mean, what do you do in life? You just do whatever makes you happy, and it makes other people happy, and it's a purpose, and I think it's really important. And I think doing things, I meet great people. I never met you before, and you're a wonderful person. And this thing.
Yeah, well, it's a great movie, I gotta thank Chad and Robert, and Jeff, really. I mean, I got a phone call from my dad's wife, and she said, this friend of mine's got a movie that they're putting together. I don't know if you'd be interested in doing it. It sounds a little wacky, but if you want to take a look, then go ahead. And I did, and I thought it was great in its absurdity and the fact that it was real. And most of all, I have to thank the lovely Kate Patel for signing off on the project. I love that girl. She's an amazing woman. So thank you for this. And it means so much. So thanks for this I'll cherish. My only award, and it means a lot to me.
And
Thank
you
you so
two
much.
other fantastic actors, Dick Miller, Lance Henriksen.
Yeah, I love those
We give it
guys,
to
yeah.
people we admire, who have a great body of work, and who have had an impact on this sort of culture. So.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Just like. Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks.
And the fun never stops. We've had one award, and because this is like 2 festivals in one, it's Hollywood Horrorfest and it's Boobs and Blood. And every time we do Boobs and Blood, and with that name we do fundraise, like tonight we're fundraising for the Keep Abreast Foundation. We always honour someone as the Boobs and Blood Woman of the Year, and that's really it's a career achievement award. It's not a lifetime, because we've all got lots more work to give, but it's just saying thank you for just being just a wonderful performer and delivering so much to these genres that we all love and we obsess about. And so this year's Woman of the Year, Boobs and Blood Woman of the Year, goes to the wonderful, because I've been chatting with her, she's such a delightful person, the wonderful Bai Ling. So if you come up and accept a wonderful award for such an amazing career.
Thank you so much. Nice picture you're choosing.
And everyone gets the medal, the B&B medal. So there you go. Make sure it's facing the right way. The other way. Yeah, that's it. I don't know if it. Yeah. Always go backwards.
It's like a nice jewelry.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, say I'm very humbled to receive this award. Really surprised, but I love surprise. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, talking about this film, I really have this sadness in me. It's a great film, and Jack was really terrified. I don't know. I played this role basically. I think it's movies like about changing lives. Even this horrible movie, but it's the truth. So I played this character. It's really truthful. So Chad asked me. I did research, gave me a lot of photos. Really brutal. But I play her. I really don't want it. They double my body. They cut everything. I basically couldn't even sleep. It's just so brutal. And I was asked Chad. I said, can you do if she die? And even like her whatever ashes, leg fly. Can you do poetry like more beautiful? So I think it just those kind of movies just remind people we're all human, so be kind. And when you look at that, you know how people suffering, how she suffers. She's a daughter. So my name is White Spirit. I think like I feel I'm like an angel, feel humans' pain. So I don't know. I was in AFI. I have my own director debut film called My Quarantine Romance with Toilet Paper. So I didn't really dress for premiere, but boobs and blood. I showed my under boobs. So I don't know. I just what is this word?
This is the award. This is an award basically for your body of work. It's for all the work that you've done in the genre. Boobs and Blood covers everything from comedy. Boobs could not only be boobs, but they could be people falling off ladders. So we cover everything from comedy, horror, sci-fi, action, and that's what this award is for. And you made such a wonderful film that we screened, the Exorcism film that we screened a few years ago. So yeah, you're wonderful, and this is just to say thank you. Keep on doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much. I came from China all the way to not speak English. I think it's sort of like my American dream become true. I think you have to be bold. And I want to thank Chad and Robert to keep casting me for all these crazy, funny, and outrageous roles. But I love it because I'm a little bit crazy. I think in life, you have to take a chance, has to be bold. And I have Bai Ling, like Instagram, follow me, I am Bai Ling. I give fat-free, sugar-free cookies. The most thing I give to myself in life and as an artist, the cookie for Bai Ling is, when I'm thinking, I'm an idiot. When I'm not thinking, I'm a genius. That's how I do acting. I think our mind is our enemy. So thank you so much for the Horror Film Festival and Boobs and Blood. And also I'm daring if you go to my Bai Ling. I am Bai Ling. Also I make my own design, Bai Ling Hollywood shop. And support me also for my movie, My Quarantine Romance with Toilet Paper director debut film. Thank you. Hopefully I'll get review too.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Woo!
so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm now going to invite up onto this stage, onto this floor, the great Robert, and we're going to talk a little bit about the film. The fun never stops here.
There's no escape. We're all stuck here. So we were thinking about doing a Q&A. Are you guys, would you like to ask some questions? Does it seem like something, or do you want to just go home and go to bed? Show of hands. Who wants a Q&A? Woo! It's happening now. Okay. Okay. First, what I'd like to do, because we can't bring everyone in the cast, but can everyone who worked on the movie please stand up? Cast and crew. Everyone, let's have a round of applause for this amazing cast and crew. There's one there. All fantastic people whose career will end because of this movie. So can we move these chairs up or something? Let's we have an assistant, so a chair mover. So first, I'd like to. I don't know if he's in here. He's hiding. Chad Farron, are you still here? Oh, there he is. Hey, well, I have to give you an introduction. This is a whole spiel. Fuck it. It's Chad Farron. The writer, the director, the editor, also a producer. We've done about, 6 movies together. They've all been six movies. So Chad is fantastic. We're very lucky to have him do this crazy film. We'll ask him some questions. Let's bring down the great Jake Busey. Can you come down and take a seat? Jake Busey. Who else do we have here? Kate, are you around? Kate? Kate Patel? Kate Patel. The great Kate Patel. Here she comes. She's still alive.
Okay. There you go.
Who else should be? Oh, is Lou? Lou, are you here? Lou Temple? Lou got the hell out. He's smart. Let's bring down maybe Bai. Let's bring down Bai Ling. Bai, let's ask Bai some questions. Like, who am I guess I'm missing people, but
Joe Castro can do some.
Joe can come down. There's a last chair down there for Joe. So let's come on down. Joe Castro, the pig man, we call him. First, I just want to take a moment just to say how this all started and thank someone for her vision, and that's Kate Patel. This was her idea. She had heard of this story, and it all started with her. And she did a fantastic job, and we are very, very thankful and appreciative. And she was a producer on the movie, so we think she did a fantastic job. Thank you very much. She's great. So let's just get to it, because I know you guys have a million questions. Raise your hand if you have a question, or if you just have any feelings you want to share. Anyone have a question?
Over here.
Oh, we have a. Oh, yes. What's your question?
I just want to compliment Kate on what an absolutely stunning performance. I mean, I really felt.
I agree. Yeah. Big hand for Kate Patel. By the way, this was her first movie role of many. So she's an ingenue, and she was fantastic. Anybody else? We have a question up there from director Michael Sue, who's another fantastic. What's your question?
The question was, is this set in Canada?
Yes. Eh?
Yeah, because I was catching Jake's accent.
Jake was the only one who tried an accent. The rest of us could not handle it.
He did it in such a subtle way that
He did.
came through so nicely. I would hear it from time to time. I'd be like, oh. And then the
Yeah.
RCMP and then the movies and the money that they had.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like,
The rest of us were scared that we'd be so bad that it would be embarrassing.
Since the, I guess it was, I think, it was like a strike in 99 or 2000 or something like that, and it sent another phallic device. This one is far stronger. So I started working in Canada a lot, and I did a lot of movies, and I spent a lot of time in Canada, and then it wound up that I was just there for years, and then I made a lot of friends that were Canadian, and then they'd come down and stay with me, and I've just been around a lot of Canadians.
Yeah.
So it just kind of, and she's from Vancouver, so you know, working and being around her on the set and stuff was kind of also easy to. The thing is, it is very subtle. It's not like you can hang out with someone and unless you have an ear for it, you know, you won't really realize that they're Canadian, especially if they've been here for any time. Really, there's like those two things, like sorry and a moot, and those like that.
Yeah,
Most people will pick up on.
It came through so nice and so natural that I was just like, okay, I'm honed in on that. And then there were just little bits of stuff that were, you know, strewn throughout that I just noticed, and I said, wait, is this Canada?
Oh, right, fucking on, man.
I don't know if you, so this story took place in Canada in the, actually not that long ago. It was back in the early 2000s, Chad, what was it, 2002?
We started killing in like 1981.
1981.
1998, I think was the last victim.
So,
Good times.
yeah,
No, he went, undiscovered for that long. I mean, mainly because, these were women on the fringe of society, hookers, prostitutes, whatever. The families kind of gave up on him. So the fact that they disappeared, no one really reported it. And when it did finally break, the police were even kind of skeptic of the whole thing. The hookers saying, hey, he tried to kill me, he tried to rape me, he tried to whatever. They ended up putting a surveillance on him from the last victim, and just by chance they saw something, and then they got a search warrant and found bones on the property, and it led to the whole capture and the whole trial, and I think he's due for parole next year.
Oh, boy.
yeah, we're hoping he'll do the sequel. We're trying to get him for the sequel season.
He will be available.
His brother's still walking around in Canada, so I'm sure we'll get to meet him.
Well, there's two really interesting things that kind of come into play. One is that the cops came out to the ranch looking around, and they had that conversation with David, the brother, and I don't know the exact what Kate would know, but like they came out, investigated, and they were like, oh well, there's nothing to see here, and then like basically kind of shelved it, right? Yeah. And then it was like a while later that then they wound up having to go back, and then the shit hit the fan for them. And then also that those boys were abused by their parents. And you see in the movie the religious stuff. That's like the mom was this crazy religious fanatic, and basically beat it into these kids that like you would be doing the world a service by killing prostitutes and drug addicts because in the name of God and righteousness and sinners and all that stuff. So he thought he was doing a good thing.
How many of you recognize Ginger Landy in the movie? How many of you are porn aficionados? She's really terrific. She's really amazing. Hey, I'm just thinking, we have other cast members here. Would you guys just come down and stand behind us? We can be good for photos, just to have you down here. If you're in the cast, get your ass down here, because we have some terrific, come on, get your butt down here. Another terrific actor. If you're come on, get over here. Cast members, let's get them all back here. Stand behind and we'll do Little Bart. He eats a piece of beef jerky. Come on down.
Party on a pig farm. Can you imagine that?
Party on a pig farm. Was there anyone have a question about a scene in the movie that particularly was offensive? Because that's what we're trying to do. Was there anything that you really, did you feel nauseous? Anybody? Yes. Oh, no. Any questions about that? No?
No, over here.
I have a question, not about a scene that was offensive or anything, but one of the most powerful scenes I thought was when you were in your head when Jake's character was in his head about he was going to kill Kate's character, and then she started praying. She started the Lord's Prayer with him, and that sort of threw him off. So what sort of headspace were you in to show? Because that was a very powerful scene.
Yeah. Which one of us? Both?
Both of you, please. Yes.
Jake, any thoughts about the prayer, the power of prayer?
I think it is interesting how I'm interested in the psychology behind it, and that's definitely one of those moments.
Because he had it in his head that, you know, she was a prostitute, but then she started quoting back to him the things that he was. So it you know, it had to have jarred him, right? You know.
Yeah, we saw a bunch of the cuts. Chad was pretty generous with that. Like we saw some of the very first cuts that were super rough assemblies, and it's been really a great adventure to see from like the first assembly all the way to this.
Yeah.
And that moment, for me, it really hit and sank in for me as a viewer. Like, oh yeah, like really, it wasn't just like, I'm gonna get a prostitute and go kill her. It was like, no, he found someone. They really dug her. And then he saw the track marks and, God damn it, I gotta kill you.
Yeah.
I know the feeling.
And, so it was, and I mean, that was all very intentional, and we spent a lot of hours in that little tiny trailer with getting heat stroke. No, it wasn't that bad.
Anyone have any questions for the visual effects? Joe Castro, the famous Joe Castro. Anyone have any questions? Anyone? Yes, you have a question?
Yes, just what was that thing that you had in her mouth?
Oh.
She was giving a blowjob to.
Oh, that was something from the box.
You need to
That's a great question. What was that pink silencer? I didn't make that, but that was made by Matt Romler, I believe. That was like a.
Yeah.
It was like
I ordered it.
a little piggy riding a penis as a silencer on the tip of the gun. That was.
Well, that's
custom
true. I mean,
3D
actually,
print.
Willy had, they found that he put dildos on his gun.
Oh wow.
And then I thought, well, why not a pig dildo? And then I just went in the drawer and took one out and brought it to set. So that's how it happened.
You just took one
Actually,
out.
if there's no kids here, I'll have to explain this, but Ginger Lynn was gonna, when she was gonna be in the movie, and I was talking to Chad, I said, well, what if she has a butt plug with a pigtail? I mean, why not? Let's just go for it, you know? And Ginger was in, and then Chad's like, no, we're not gonna do that. Okay, that's how you do all up. Okay.
Robert, I thought it would be a fun fact to say that the pig actually ate a full silicone arm on set while we were shooting that opening sequence. And it had no problem whatsoever. It just ate that thing like it was nothing.
Joe, did you build a puppet or a head that was in the beginning of the movie?
Yes, Chad had me go out to the farm, and I took like 70 pictures of that actual pig, and then came home and built a little puppet pig so I could have it interact. And yeah, because that pig was like how much, like 500 pounds at least.
Like 600 pounds.
Yeah, so it couldn't like walk in the trailer. It couldn't get in a cab or anything like that. So we had to have a puppet pig to do that. Yeah.
Any other questions for, sir? Tom Woodruff Jr., question?
Chad, another insane movie from you. And your movies always are jam-packed with cool music. Yeah. And tell us about where you got the music and about the band and all this.
Well, this was kind of, the freedom allowed in this film was similar to a film I did in 2009 called Someone's Knocking at the Door, which was one of the best experiences of my life because it was basically creatively I could do whatever the fuck I wanted. There was no one to say otherwise. And when it came to music, there was a band called the Meishi on that film, and they said, you know, you can use whatever songs we've got, and we'll fill in the rest with whatever score you need. So I'm like, they gave me like 4 albums, and I'm cutting the film to these songs, and I just kind of blast doing it, and then kind of stepped away from that style for a while. And when Pig Killer came around, just knowing that I knew Gerard because I'd used a couple of his songs on a film I did called Parasites, because he did like the soundtrack for a film called Defiance with Jan Michael Vincent, Art Carney. It's really a fantastic fucking movie. I mean, it really blew my mind. Just these songs that are in it, and I just was hooked. I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And I find out he did The Lost Boys, a song, Cry Little Sister. So he had, you know, and then he had all these pop albums in the 80s and 90s. So when Pig Killer came around and it came to writing it, I'm like, Willy had always thrown these little concerts at his, you know, parties, and you know, these women would come and they'd get drugs and they'd get, you know, murdered, raped, and fed pigs. But the thing that stuck out to me was what a great opportunity to fill this with songs and things from the period, and then have Gerard play on stage and all that stuff. So I called him up and I'm like, hey, would you be up for doing this before I dive into this script and really kind of fill it with all your songs and your performance? And he's like, sure, let's do it. So it just kind of gave this freedom of it, a spot that traditionally would be dun 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 with whatever creepy music. I'm like, fuck that, I want to put this poppy song in there. And 90% of the audience is going to go, what the fuck, that's stupid, or that's whatever. But there's a part when you have the creative freedom and people behind you, they're like, do whatever you feel is right. Fuck them. I like it, it gives me a hard on, let me put that in there. Because it's not the same goddamn thing every movie. It's not, Ty West or, whoever doing this that's put out by A24 doing the same fucking thing over and over.
Yes.
To me, it was just like, you know what, if I can do whatever I want with this and put whatever I want, I'm going to do it. And if I like it, great, and that's a scary spot to be because it might be rejected completely and it might never get distributed and nobody will ever fucking see it. But I thought, I'm old enough now, I want to do it, I like it, I want to do it, and I did it. And I'm glad you got it. In the back?
Oh, that was interesting. You said it went from like 81 to 98. What year was the movie set in?
It was basically set in 1996, around there. Because there are little things like, there's, on his TV, there's a newspaper clipping, a theater poster of Bad Boy Bubby, which is really one of the best Australian movies you're ever going to see. And at that time, I think that was about 96 that came out, because I remember seeing it in the theater here, walking out of that theater with my eyes just out of my head thinking, this is like the greatest thing I've ever seen, which is really one of the great things of cinema, and seeing it in a theater that you've never heard anything about the movie or whatever, you just saw a little thing in the newspaper that had a little poster of it, and you're like, Bad Boy Bubby, what the hell is that about? Get in your car, you drive there, you see it like a 9 o'clock or a midnight show or whatever it is, and you're like 3 people in the theater, but you walk out there like, holy shit, that was awesome. And that's the kind of thing I want to make. I don't want to be Spielberg, I don't want to be any of these people, I want to just be creatively free and make stuff that you enjoy with people you like to work with, who have the same energy and the same excitement of doing the work and the best that they can. I mean, you make these things, we're shooting 10, 12 days tops, 12 pages a day. I mean, it's grueling, it's whatever, but there's such a great energy because no one's sitting around, they're all working their ass off to make the day and to get out of there and then come there the next day and get, do even better. And then, that's just the excitement for me. And the thing about the period piece, again, was the music with Gerard and knowing he'd do that. So I'm like, good, he's got songs from the 80s, he's got songs from the 90s. So the period fits in there great. Bob, his place had a whole bunch of older cars, so it kind of fit there. So it was really an easy thing to kind of cheat the period without spending so much money like they do on, bigger productions.
Two more questions? Only really, really good ones, though. They have to be very difficult. Up there, yes.
Kate, I guess from concept to now execution, now that it's finished, what is your thoughts on it and seeing your vision come to life?
Yeah, so when first I want to pay homage to the fact that this is a true story. And I was living in Vancouver when Willy Pickton was on trial, and I remember it. The psychology of that really is what fascinated me for years. What goes on in the mind of someone who does that. And Jeff and I were speaking about the idea and introduced to Chad, and there was a spark there. And I would have written the story quite differently than Chad. But it was, it's interesting to have seen this come together in the way that it did, and just how sort of perfect it is for everyone involved and the process, and it's amazing. It's been an incredible experience. I'm very grateful for it, and everyone involved.
And
Hey, Jeff Olin, can you stand up for a second? This is another one of our producers, Jeff Foley. And Jeff got together with Kate, and you know, as I said, that's the impetus for the whole thing. Her passion and the fact that she played this first role and just really nailed it. So I think she has a great career ahead. We have one last great question. Anything? Just so you know, there's going to be drinks and food and dancing girls. Biling's going to get up on the bar. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Anything else? One question that we can just go off with.
Oh.
Two. Yes, sir.
Where's the pig now? The pig's head that you created?
We're serving it. Actually,
no,
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have.
Where's the pig?
The pig mask.
Yeah, the mask.
The full-scale 800 pig is safe.
No, he needs the mask, Joe.
Well, yeah, no, the mask is yeah, it literally is sitting right next to my desk. It's in every Zoom phone call I have. It's right there. It's like my pride and joy.
All right, well, I think that wraps it up. I'd like to get all the actors just over here so we can sign this poster and we can take pictures of you signing it. And thank you all so much for coming. You guys are amazing. And tell your friends, starting November 17th, this is going to be streaming, and then it'll be on Blu-ray November 22nd. Is that right? Or am I off?
It goes 17th is playing theatrically. It'll be in Glendale.
17th is theatrical, okay.
And then on the 21st it's streaming.
21st it's streaming.
And then Blu-ray and DVD in December.
Blu-ray and DVD, and then Walmart, or right after that. It'll be Walmart and Kmart, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks everybody.
Robert.
Love you all. Yeah, group shot. Everybody, get in here. Jim, can you come sit down? I guess.